Tremendous pride.
Thanks, David. Right on the money. Philly's passion for sports is something that makes them so unique.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Westbrook and George, the talented backcourt. Adams is out there with Grant. And it's Anthony in at the 3. Redick with the bucket.
Even with the man all in his jersey, Redick has the skill and concentration to make you pay on those jump shots. It's real simple for him.
Westbrook, no good. Oklahoma City on D. It's a 3-point game. Sharks, that's good. And so here is Oklahoma City. Westbrook kicks to George. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Simmons kicks to Sharch. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Anthony in the corner. And stolen by Redick. To the middle. Here's Simmons. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. That one on Embiid. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end. And as you would expect, Steven Adams has grown into a larger role with this team. Really came in as a guy who could defend and rebound, but starting to become more of a factor within their offensive framework.
Tries to save it. Here's Sharch, and Grant sends it back. And here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. That one goes in.
Simmons doing a nice job there mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult for the opposition. And that's a mindset, but also activity and energy display.
And Greg, with Adams, he hasn't just been given more opportunity to display what he can do on offense. He's earned it.
And you hit it right on the head. And, you know, as an example, a guy that was a bad free throw shooter, all of a sudden he became respectable because of his work ethic last season. Much more nimble in the paint than most would think. Just good awareness, and he knows when to pick his spots.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Simmons with it. Pass to Embiid. It's Covington on the wing. Over Westbrook. Covington's shot is off. Thunder trailing by 4. George dishes to Westbrook. Back to George. George missing again.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
The dish to Embiid. Thunder with the rebound. Outside Westbrook. Here's Grant. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
That was an elementary call for them to make there. I mean, once he knocked him off balance from behind, that was a no-brainer.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And really, the past few seasons, the Thunder have just been a dominant team on the glass. They do a great job of limiting second chance points, and they get a lot of extra possessions with their own offensive rebound.
changes for Philadelphia. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Saric. Justin Anderson comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Bellinelli in for J.J. Redick. Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. Felton comes in for Russell Westbrook. Embiid. The 76ers with another miss. You look over the roster of the Thunder, and it's easy to see why they're such a great rebounding team. 1 through 5 can come up with 10 boards on any given night.
And those rebounding totals usually translate to wins for this team. Very rarely do they lose a game when they're having their way on the glass. The goal at the end of the night is to play the bully in and around that painted area.
Anderson's shot is off. Oklahoma City has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And the call will be against Justin Anderson. That's his first foul. And so it's Oklahoma City with it, trailing by 2. Felton the pass to George. And it's all evened up. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And, you know, anytime your game is compared to LeBron James, that's a heavy mantle, no doubt about it. But, you know, with Simmons' size and point guard skills, I certainly can appreciate where people might make that comparison and can actually see some mild similarities.
Alex Abrinas is checked in for Oklahoma City. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And Simmons at 6'10", a rare combination of size, strength, athleticism, and elite playmaking ability.
No question, Kevin. He's a drive and kick dime dropper supreme. I mean, this guy whips bullet passes with ease and great vision and plays downhill, too. Tell you what, it does not matter who's shooting. The defense has got to be better at getting a hand up on long-range shooters. You've got to challenge the shot.
Another miss by Philadelphia.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Now Anthony. Screened by Grant. Outside Anthony. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
Yeah, and the NBA replays.
And still a close game. And Russell Westbrook, a guy who has faced some criticism, also a guy who is extremely
tough, and I'm still learning every night to be able to come up.
Well, you have to love the competitive attitude, the desire to be great, not just for himself, but for his teammates, too.
And the emphasis on winning. That's why so many people in the league feel that it's just a matter of time before Westbrook puts those finishing touches on his game.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Adams. Anthony is out there with Grant. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Abrinas in at the 2 spot.
Yeah, on his menu, dunking is one of the specialties. A fantastic jammer who really wrecks that rim. And since 2016, a new front office has taken over in Philadelphia. The new team motto, process to progress. They're looking to turn the corner here.
Here's Westbrook. Rebounded by Holmes.
Looked like he rushed the layup to me. I mean, the defense was late on contesting that one.
And Anderson kicks to Simmons. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Right now, Simmons is a question with no answer, a tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Sharge is checked in. George is checked in for Oklahoma City. That's good from Simmons.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Robert Covington comes in for Anderson. And then for Oklahoma City, Johnson, he's checked in for Steven Adams. And Nick Collison subbed in for Grant. Right wing. Here's Embiid. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one's on Anthony.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
Well, free throw drops for Embiid. And Joel Embiid, from the time he started playing basketball in Cameroon through the University of Kansas, Clark, he began patterning his game after Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, it sounds like he's a visual learner because he got a DVD of Hakeem and said he watched it almost daily. Their stories are similar. Both started playing hoops relatively late. Both are from Africa. And you watch the gracefulness of Embiid's moves inside. Easy to see the influence of Olajuwon.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Now here's Westbrook. He's covered closely. Sharge grabs the board.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
And it's Simmons penetrating. In the corner, it's Bellinelli. Another three for Philadelphia.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And George kicks to Collison. Johnson left side, over Simmons. A shot by Johnson, no good. And the 76ers with possession. It's been 16 straight unanswered. Covington's shot is off. Thunder trailing by 13.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Timeout called, the 76ers. Now, Clark, we know one thing. You are a connoisseur of scoring in the post. Which players, in your opinion, do you love to watch go to work on the block?
I tell you, DeMarcus Cousins is really good down there. He's got all of the tricks, and he's got size and great footwork, pretty decent athleticism as well. Karl Anthony Towns, very proficient. But again, I go back to my man Zach Randolph. I mean, he's close to the ground. He's a lefty. And Zebo just gets it done in a way that I enjoy.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Redick comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Ben Simmons.
Picture perfect with the turnaround. There's no stopping that shot.
Here's Felton. And he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle, too.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
The Thunder have shot just one free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. The 76ers leading by 12. It's Redick on the wing. Connects from three-point range. Redick's got 6.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
screen by Sharch. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And Oklahoma City making a change here.
Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
I should probably introduce myself. Should have seen what I wore. I had a king and a party hat. I was the king of this holiday.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Johnson comes in for Sharch, and it's Bellinelli in for Robert Covington. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Patterson's checked in. Bellinelli for three. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A-plus defense.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
Kicks to Bayless. Back to Redick from the arc. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. And it's 9 points for J.J. Redick.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And you know what? That's a shot that great players can make.
Now here's Bayless. Holmes, that's a screen. Outside, Bellinelli. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Philadelphia up by a dozen here at the end.
Kevin, thanks.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time for the 76ers. The first quarter was pretty even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. The second quarter was all theirs. Major uptick in offensive and defensive intensity as they did their jobs with precision. Now, that's it for now, as the second half just about ready to go.
A statue of William Penn at the top of City Hall, welcoming you back to the historic city of Philadelphia. Thunder trailing by 12. J.J. Redick is out there with Jared Bayless. Then there's Bellinelli. Then it's Amir Johnson. And it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Here's Westbrook. Here's Adams. And Adams with the slam.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Bayless. That is his first foul of the game. Robert Covington's checked in for Bellinelli. Redick against George. Out to the wing. Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game.
Timeout.
And Brett Brown, such a great fit in Philadelphia. He loves the town, loves the game, loves to coach. He says about the town, Clark, it reminds him of his hometown.
Well, that's nice to hear, because he does embody a lot of the grit that you come to know and expect from Philadelphians. I mean, It reminds him of where he's from. He's faced the media through tough times. He's always candid and forthright. And he's coaching with a long lens, as he put it, building towards something great. And, man, I tell you, that passion and enthusiasm just oozes out of him, which is pretty cool to see.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Sharch comes in for Johnson. And it's Ben Simmons in for Jared Bayless.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Shoots over Adams. That misses off the backboard.
Got to find a way to energize themselves, get going. 0 for 3. They're looking for their rhythm right now.
Westbrook wide open. He fires. And it's Westbrook again missing. Redick with the 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 7th assist in the game. Simmons against George. Grant outside. Outside Westbrook. From deep, George. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Hey, leaving Paul George loose at the three-point line is a big mistake. He's good behind the arc. He actually is one of the better three-point shooters in the league.
Here's Covington. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
And, you know, Joel Embiid quickly emerging as one of the league's elite rim protectors. I mean, Coach Brett Brown called him the crown jewel, the centerpiece to their defense.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And with Embiid's presence now, Clark, opponents shoot a very low percentage around the rim.
Well, the best defensive impact in the league by the numbers, Kevin. And his 7'5" wingspan, a big part of that.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for the 76ers. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. From deep, George. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And here is Simmons. He's got 9. Paul George with the steal. Here's Anthony for the lead. And the layup is good. Anthony's got 6 points.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Redick for 3. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid.
Hey, he just threw that possession away. Hopefully he learns from that and doesn't make the same mistake again.
1:57 left in the third quarter. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
And Adams kicks to George. Passes it to Westbrook. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Now it's a 4-point Thunder lead.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
Robert Covington's checked in for the 76ers. And then for Oklahoma City, Alex Abrinas comes in for Anthony, and Ferguson subbed in for George. Here's Westbrook. No good on that one. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Oh, I tell you, how about the passion of Simmons? I mean, just sticking with it on the glass.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. That's good from Simmons. The Thunder with the lead. Outside Westbrook. He feeds it to Adams. Embiid comes with a double team. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
For Oklahoma City, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And he makes the first. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Felton's checked in. And he can't hit the second. Philadelphia's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third.
And you know, through the long rebuild in Philly, the Sixers' strategy was to develop unproven players and try to find some diamonds in the rough. Not a bad way to go when you're going to be patient. And Robert Covington might have been their best find. A very good defender at both forward spots.
And Covington offensively, mostly a catch-and-shoot scorer.
Yeah, he plays well off others. His three-point percentage has kind of went south the last few seasons, but if he works on that, I think he's got a place with this team, or if not this team, then certainly in the league.
The pass to Abrinas. Dishes it to Grant. Makes it off the glass. Grant's got his second basket.
The superb work ethic of Grant. My, what a nice, soft touch inside.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Covington kicks to Simmons. Back to Covington. Takes a 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Covington's got himself on the board with 3 there. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Here's Adams and Embiid with the block.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific at anticipating when that shot is coming.
Offensive rebound. Saric. And the miss. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
We got a chance to get a great road win right now. We got to battle and fight.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. And the 76ers call time here.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
And the 76ers making a change here. Bayless is checked in. And then for Oklahoma City, Collison comes in for Adams. And it's Patterson in for Jeremy Grant. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. The dynamic tandem of Westbrook and George, the backcourt. Patrick Patterson is out there with Anthony, and it's Collison at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So they take the lead. 15 points for J.J. Redick. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also the ball hockey. The way they've come up with the steals, the way they've harassed the ball handler all day, forcing mistakes. They've really done a nice job of taking advantage.
Covington's shot is off. The Thunder have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Anthony. Makes it off the glass. And it's a 3-point Thunder lead.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
Timeout called, the 76ers. And when you watch Russell Westbrook play, he's one of the most competitive players in the NBA.
And with the way he attacks the rim and plays with just no abandon, I mean, this guy is no joke. Absolutely wills himself and his team to just do things that few others can, and relentless from the first quarter to the last whistle.
Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Jared Bayless. Adams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Grant comes in for Patrick Patterson. Redick is in the corner. Shoots over Grant, and he overshot that one, missing. The Thunder leading by 3. Outside, George. And the 3 off target.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And Embiid gets it to go.
Really like seeing Embiid exert his will, be assertive here. I mean, getting whatever shot he wants inside.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Back to Westbrook, launches it. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them, and as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. Nick Collison's checked in for Grant. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Westbrook kicks to George. No good with the triple. The 76ers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
I tell you what, when Simmons is taking it strong to the rack, he's looking for the contact and the foul. I love his aggressiveness.
The first free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And really making the most of his opportunities there tonight. Hasn't been the struggle we sometimes see him go through.
Westbrook against Redick. Westbrook dishes to Collison. And stolen by Redick. Simmons passes to Redick. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Back to Simmons. Rejected by Collison. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. .158 left in the game. Just 3 to shoot. For 3, Covington. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And the 76ers lead by 3. Westbrook dishes to George. They need this. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
Covington's shot is off. Thunder have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Anthony kicks to Westbrook. And a miss there on the triple. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Timeout called the 76ers. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
Outside, Simmons. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's foul number 2 for him. Grant, he's checked in for the Thunder. .110 left here in the fourth quarter. Redick for 3. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 18 points for J.J. Redick.
Tell you what, that bucket could turn out to be large. Redick gets the call and shows no nerve in coming through for him there.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Stolen by Grant. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. It falls. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
Shot after shot, one after the other. PG, Paul George, making it happen.
Adams against Simmons.
Taking 2 shots.
He sinks the clutch free throw. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 1. There's 25 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What do you think, guys?
And guys, the plan's got to be here to pressure that inbound pass and try to come up with the steal. If that doesn't happen, then immediately foul and put them on the line.
Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
And the dunk by Grant.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Electric in here. I mean, that was a tremendous shot. This crowd all over it, turned up. They get the points they need as Redick shows just how cold-blooded he can be. JJ has the bench up and going crazy with that one.
Outside, Simmons. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the 3-pointer.
So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Well, folks, that's gonna do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.